What is up, Addicts? In this video, we're talking about this week's Low Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for November 21st to November 27th, 2024. So, Heist Month is continuing with the community challenge with the original apartment heist this week. Anyways, the current price ride for this week is the Volker Nebula Turbo. It is primarily based on the first gen Volvo 242 two-door sedan and has a normal price of just under $800,000. To get it for free this week, you have to get first place in an LS Car Series race for 2 days in a row. In regards to performance, in the Sports Classics class, and is a below average performing car in that class, which honestly is to be expected for a car like this. However, it does offer drift tuning, which makes it a ton of fun to mess around with, and some great customization as well. Continuing to the test ride vehicles, we have the Brawler, the Lynx, and the Ferrari GT. And all three of these are on website vehicles, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. And for current gen console users, we have the Vivinite as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Bravado Dorado. It's primarily based on the first gen Dodge Durango and has a normal price of just under $1.4 million. In regards to performance, in the SUVs class, it is a top 20 performing vehicle in that class, which isn't too bad considering it's an old Durango. It has great customization, allowing you to do an off-road build or even a nice street build. To me, it's normally a bit overpriced for what it is, so if you can try to win it this week off the podium, I'd say it's worth it. In terms of the dealership cars this week, in luxury autos, we have the Yosemite 1500 and the Cavalcade XL. Continuing to Simeons, we have the Morgan, the Cheburek, the Enduro, the Cognoscenti, and the Cognoscenti 55. And all these are website vehicles, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we have 40% off the high-end apartments as well as the upgrade/renovations for select apartments, plus 30% off the auto shop business as well as the upgrade/renovations for them as well. The auto shop to me is one of the best businesses in the game, especially if you're a beginner. All vehicle upgrades are unlocked in there, plus they're discounted to save you some money on top of that. Then of course you get the contract robbery mini heist and the customer vehicle business side of it as well. Just a very well-rounded business in my personal opinion. For vehicle discounts, starting off at the test ride, we have 30% off the Brawler, again our website vehicle. This one's in the off-roads class and is a top 20 performing vehicle in that class for track performance. Its acceleration and top speed is great, but its brakes are absolutely atrocious. Even if you use the method some players use to mitigate it by not pressing the brakes all the way, they're still terrible, and it's the biggest downfall of the Brawler. Plus, technically it's all-wheel drive, but most of the power goes to the rear wheels with very little going to the front, so it basically off-roads like a rear-wheel drive vehicle, just not the best. Now it does offer some customization options and looks pretty unique, but that's pretty much it. Next up in the test ride, we have 30% off the Lynx, again our website vehicle. This one's in a sports class and is an above average performing car in that class. Now even with this discount, it's still a bit overpriced for the performance you're getting, but I personally love the look of this car and the way it sounds and the way it drives as well. Plus it does have some decent customization options. It just depends on your budget and what you're looking for in your car collection, because this thing is still pretty expensive. Continuing in the test ride, we have 30% off the Ferrari GT. This one's in a sports class and is one of the slowest vehicles in that class. Its top speed is decent, but its acceleration and handling really isn't all that great. Plus it doesn't really offer any visual customization except for the usual internal performance mods and wheels, so keep that in mind. Moving along to the Legendary Motors website, we have 30% off the Cypher. This one's in a sports class and is a mid-tier performing car in that class, so not the greatest performance, but I personally love the styling and driving feel of this thing. Plus the customization is really good being a tuner's DLC car, and it also offers the drift tuning upgrade, just a really overall fun car to mess around with. Next up, we have 30% off the Jester RR. This one's in a sports class and is a mid-tier performing car in that class. However, for tuner races, it does have the highest top speed of the bunch, making it very competitive on certain tracks. And of course, like the Cypher, it has really good customization and drift tuning available as well. Continuing, we have 30% off the Vision. So this one's in a supercar class and is a top 20 performing car in that class, not including HSW. I personally love the styling of this thing, being based on a mix of the Ferrari Zesri concept and the McLaren P1 GTR. It does offer a few customization options and such, but honestly it's not the nicest car to drive in my personal opinion. It drives like a basic supercar. I wish it was a bit more grippy considering its race car styling. Moving along, we have 40% off the Casco. This one's in the Sports Classics class and is a mid-tier performing car in that class. Now, it's pretty fun to drive with a pretty good exhaust note and great top speed for its class, but it's a bit sketchy in the handling department and unfortunately doesn't offer any visual customization except for the usual internal performance mods. And lastly, moving on to the Warstock website, we have 30% off the Hydra, one of the best jets in the game with its vertical takeoff function. However, for those of you who remember, its explosive cannons were nerfed along with the laser with the Mercenaries update, so it certainly makes it questionable as to whether or not it's worth it anymore, as the Raiju jet seems to be the better overall newer jet with its higher top speed and the customization. Moving along to the gun event, we have follow weapons available this week and 30% off the compact EMP launcher as well. For Double Money, we have Double Money NRP on the Adversary Mode Running Back Remix, Hot Ring Races, and finally, Double Money NRP on the original Apartment Heist Finales, and Auto Shop Contract Mini Heist as well. Also, as a bonus this week, if you complete the Cluck and Bell farm raid from Vincent, you'll receive a 250k bonus, which is awesome. For the weekly challenge, if you complete any heist finale this week, you'll get 100k and the Pacific Standard sweater. Very cool. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the Salary Yard Business, again, these only change once per event week. You have the Podium robbery with the Hustler, the Duggan robbery with the Comet Safari, and the Cargo Ship robbery with the Turismo Omaggio, and of course, none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is Coast to Coast. I recommend a vehicle with a high top speed for this one. For the premium race, we have the motorcycle race of Sign of Things to Come. I highly recommend the Power Surge for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Hakachu Drag. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW Time Trial Specific Bluffs. As always, the HSW Hakachu Drag will be the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Cypher. I just personally really like the look of this car, the customization, the driving feel, and of course the available drift tuning, etc. Just a really nice overall car to mess around with. Anyways guys, overall this event week I would say is one of the best we've had in a while, with Double Money on the OG heists and the Auto Shop robbery contracts at the same time, and the Cluck and Bell farm raid 250k bonus on top of that, some pretty decent vehicle discounts, and 2 different types of properties on sale at the same time. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm very excited to see what Rockstar gives us next week. Hopefully it's Diamonds in the Casino and hopefully some other bonuses combined with that as well to really finish off this Heist Community Challenge with a bang. But, you know, it's Rockstar. I guess we'll see what happens next week. Anyways, again, guys, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.